Hello friends. What we are going to discuss today?
Today, we are going to discuss second 15-mark question from Physiology 2013 February question paper.
What is the normal fasting glucose level? Describe the hormonal regulation of blood glucose level in the body. Add a note on diabetes mellitus. This is the question which we are going to discuss today.
What is a normal mean blood glucose level?
The expected values for normal fasting blood glucose concentration are between 70 mg per deciliter, 3.9 mol/L, and 100 mg per deciliter, 5.6 mol/L. When fasting blood glucose is between 100 to 125 mg per deciliter, 5.6 to 6.9 mol/L, changes in lifestyle and monitoring glycemia are recommended.
What is the hormonal regulation of blood glucose?
Insulin is a peptide hormone made in the beta cells of the pancreas that is central to regulating carbohydrate metabolism in the body. After a meal, insulin is secreted into the bloodstream.
How is blood glucose regulated in the body?
The bloodstream carries glucose, a type of sugar produced from the digestion of carbohydrates and other foods to provide energy to cells throughout the body. Unused glucose is stored mainly in the liver as glycogen. Insulin, glucagon, and other hormone levels rise and fall to keep blood sugar in a normal range.
How do hormones regulate the metabolic activities of the cell?
Glucagon is released by the pancreas in response to low blood glucose levels and stimulates the breakdown of glycogen into glucose, which can be used by the body. The body's basal metabolic rate is controlled by the thyroid hormones thyroxine, T4, and triiodothyronine, T3.
Why is blood glucose tightly regulated?
Blood sugar levels are regulated by negative feedback in order to keep the body in balance. The levels of glucose in the blood are monitored by many tissues, but the cells in the pancreatic islets are among the most well understood and important.
What are the basic steps in blood glucose regulation?
Insulin helps the cells absorb glucose, reducing blood sugar and providing the cells with glucose for energy. When blood sugar levels are too low, the pancreas releases glucagon. Glucagon instructs the liver to release stored glucose, which causes blood sugar to rise.
Why is blood sugar regulation important?
Normal blood glucose levels for adults, without diabetes, is 90 to 110 mg per deciliter. Normal blood sugar levels for adolescents age 6-12 mg/L fasting 80-180 before meal 90-1801-2 hours after eating up to 140.
What does diabetes mellitus mean?
Diabetes mellitus, sometimes called sugar diabetes, is a condition that occurs when a body can't use glucose, a type of sugar, normally. Glucose is the main source of energy for the body's cells. The levels of glucose in the blood are controlled by a hormone called insulin, which is made by the pancreas.
What are the complications of diabetes mellitus? Cardiovascular disease, nerve damage, neuropathy, kidney damage, nephropathy, eye damage, retinopathy, foot damage, skin conditions, hearing impairment, Alzheimer's disease.
What are the major characteristics of diabetes mellitus? Frequent urination, excessive thirst, unexplained weight loss, extreme hunger, sudden vision changes, tingling or numbness in the hands or feet, feeling very tired much of the time, very dry skin.
What are the 4 types of diabetes mellitus? Types of diabetes. Type 1 diabetes results from the body's failure to produce insulin, the hormone that unlocks the cells of the body, allowing glucose to enter and fuel them. Type 2 diabetes. Gestational diabetes. Prediabetes.
What organs can be affected by diabetes? The most common long-term diabetes-related health problems are damage to the large blood vessels of the heart, brain and legs, macrovascular complications, damage to the small blood vessels, causing problems in the eyes, kidneys, feet and nerves, microvascular complications.
Is diabetes mellitus type 1 or type 2? People with type 1 diabetes need to take insulin every day. This is why it is also called insulin-dependent diabetes. Type 2 diabetes. With this type, your body either doesn't make enough insulin or your body's cells don't respond normally to the insulin. This is the most common type of diabetes.
What causes diabetes mellitus? Type 2 diabetes is primarily the result of two interrelated problems. Cells in muscle, fat and the liver become resistant to insulin. Because these cells don't interact in a normal way with insulin, they don't take in enough sugar. The pancreas is unable to produce enough insulin to manage blood sugar levels.
Who is most at risk for type 2 diabetes?
Are overweight or obese. Are age 45 or older. Have a family history of diabetes. Are African American, Alaska Native, American Indian, Asian American, Hispanic/Latino, Native Hawaiian, or Pacific Islander. Have high blood pressure.
What causes type 1 diabetes? Type 1 diabetes is thought to be caused by an autoimmune reaction. The body attacks itself by mistake that destroys the cells in the pancreas that make insulin, called beta cells. This process can go on for months or years before any symptoms appear.
Hey guys! We have completed this question. Let's meet tomorrow with new questions and answers. Bye.